Okay, so today we are going to start our new journey and new programming language, and this is the language we are aimed to learn, and this is after stronger our base by learning HTML5. So now we are going to step down in real programming world, and we are going to learn JavaScript. Okay, so before going to start our development work, let us understand some key concept, and we will cover this some theoretical things in our first class, and there will be little practice with the JavaScript, but not much. So we will going to learn what is JavaScript, why we are uh, doing programming through JavaScript, why there are 80% of this programmer are going to learn JavaScript. So this concept we are going to learn today, inshallah. Okay, so first JavaScript briefly. First, you should understand that JavaScript is not Java language. JavaScript is different language, and Java is entirely different language. Okay, it's bear no relationship to the Java programming language. JavaScript has its own scripting, its own language, its own command. Everything is different with the Java. So JavaScript is entirely different with Java. JavaScript is a programming language that is used primarily to provide additional functionality to web pages and applications. Okay, so we will learn some differences between Java and JavaScript. Here we go. We are having some differences. Let us learn what is Java exactly. In Java, when we write any program, we need to compile it, execute it, and then we use that executable file for running the program. In JavaScript, there is no such kind of compiling mechanism available. Whatever code we are writing, in similar way we can easily execute through our web browser. Like you are writing HTML5 code, as soon as you write same code, you can easily transform in your web browser. And in Java, so once you write the code, the same code you cannot easily see on any platform. You have to compile it, and then you can able to see that code. Okay, Java mainly used for backend. Okay, for backend system, like if you are going to see any banking system, any MIS system, any this portfolio system. So this will be mainly using for the backend programming. But if for JavaScript for mainly used for front end programming, like you are writing web pages, creating this e-commerce website or something like that. So you can use JavaScript for that. Java is executed in Java virtual machine or in browser. Okay, we have to execute in Java virtual machine, but in JavaScript you can easily execute this in any browser. Okay, by using Google Chrome or something like that. Uh, Java definitely is allowing better security, but in JavaScript need more effort to enhance security. So for making secure our pages, so we have to put some more additional effort in JavaScripting. But in Java, this is built-in function, so it give us more flexibility to enhance our security at first stage. um, Static type checking and dynamic type checking, so you have something you should learn. For example, something static, which cannot be able to change, so you have to rewrite each and everything. You have to do static things in Java scripting. So what happened, you can make any changing dynamically. In Java, the syntax is similar to C++ language. There is another programming language which called C++ language. Uh, in similarity with JavaScript, it's the syntax is similar to C language. Okay. Uh, for Java, you required a special Java development kit, the which known as JDK. So before you writing any Java code, you have to install JDK, Java Development Kit, and then you start writing your codes. But in JavaScript, you don't need any kind of a special development kit. You especially need a simple text editor. So with the help of text editor, you can start writing your JavaScripting. Okay, Java is for various applications, and means you can use anywhere. Even if you wanted to use in a web browser or something like that, you can use it. But JavaScripting is mainly used when you are developing any web-based application. Okay, so this is the difference between Java and JavaScript. What is JavaScript used for? Okay, JavaScript is a lightweight, high level scripting language that is primarily known for making website dynamic. If you wanted to make a dynamic website, so usually what you do, you are writing your codes by help of JavaScripting. Again, there will be combination of HTML, CSS and JavaScripting. All the things will you can write all the code together. So we will learn how we write JavaScript under by using of our HTML things. Okay, put simply means that uh, JavaScript does not use up a lot of memory or CPU, and it's easy for human to understand. See, JavaScript you can easily write in simple English language, if and it will not require lot of CPU consumption, so you can easily understand this thing. JavaScript can run on many different type of machine, so there is no any specific requirement for running JavaScript script coding. Uh, JavaScript does not things like allow you to click a button on a website. Okay, so you can easily uh, uh, you know create any kind of code which you can create a button, you can create any frame, canvas, or anything like that by using of JavaScripting. But front end web programming is just one application of JavaScript. Okay. Nowadays, JavaScript is also used to program native mobile application. You know, so for example, if you wanted to write any program which should be available and working on your mobile devices, iPhone, Android, or something like that, so you can easily write that code as well. And on the back end as server side language, you can use it as well. So this JavaScripting language you can you use for both the things, for front end and back end. For example, the back end function, you wanted to pull some pull some data from somewhere else, so you can easily use JavaScripting for that. We will learn something on that, how we will do back end programming as well. This is partially why it has become so popular, and what make it a very valuable skill to learn. So everyone is learning this skill because it will help you to produce your web pages, your mobile application development, and yes, Ryan, you are absolutely right. JavaScript also you can develop some games as well. Very nice question, Ryan. You can create if you will have good hands-on on your JavaScript, all and each fundamentals, so you can easily create any kind of game. By the way, if you want, we can have a separate project for the gaming project. So I will let you know which kind of game you can create by using of JavaScripting, and we will do it. Okay, but before that, first we have to make sure that we should grab good knowledge on JavaScripting. Okay, JavaScripting we should learn, and no one can, if I ask you or someone asks you any kind of any code, any script, so it should be on your fingertips. Okay, how to use it, how to make a program by using of JavaScript. Okay. Now, front end development. We just have discussed about the front end development. The front end is what you see when you visit a website on your browser. Okay, not only on website on your browser, front end, whenever you will see any application on your mobile devices, this is also front end. Okay, so the front end, what is, you can make a fancy look or something like that. This is all available on the front end. It is the words you read, the images you view, the buttons you click, and the forms you fill in. Okay, so for example, if you go to any website where you need to fill in some of your data, your personal data for personal information, so this is again it coming as a front end. So button, for example, you need to submit some form, you need to click submit button. So for example, sign in page, the images, you see the nice images you can see over here. Okay, so this all comes under the front end side. Most of the time it is made up to three basic component. We already learn about HTML. Okay, basically HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. Okay, these three component will make up as front end Java development, web development. Okay, HTML is bone of web page. Okay, so whatever code you will write by using JavaScript, you have to write by using of HTML. It tells the page what to show and where to put it. Want to render an image, so for example, you wanted to make some dynamic image, some simulation on it. You can make some good kind of presentation by using of your page, so you can easily write through by using HTML and JavaScript. There will be combination on it. Okay, so as I said in early in our first slide, now we are going to use all these three language together: HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, so we will not leave any of language at any point of time. Okay, want a paragraph of text under that image, use an HTML, like you need to uh, put the tag p tag, and then you can use it. Similar to you if you wanted to use image, so you have to use image tag like that. You see, this is what we have learned. Okay, so for example, image, src, like that, and you can do like that. Okay, CSS is the skin of the page. Okay, so we already learned about the CSS. If you wanted to make our website in a presentable format, so we are getting help of CSS. It tells the page how the HTML element should look like. Maybe you want your image to be, for example, 800 by 600 pixel high. You will use CSS for that. Like I have given you one example. You have kitten as an element. Okay, and you want this kitten to be, its width should be 800 pixel and height should be 600 pixel, like that. Okay, JavaScript is the brain of the page. So now please get this point. When you are writing any code of HTML and CSS is a combination of the language which you are using it. But when you apply JavaScripting, it is the brain of your code. For example, you want it to tell you wanted to make any calculator, for example, okay, where you need to calculate 2 multiply by 5, the return should be 10. Okay, this return should be calculated by JavaScript. It is difficult, it's not possible by using of HTML. So this kind of things, this kind of program where you need to dynamically perform something, so you have to use JavaScript. Do you want the image to expand when some hover their mouse over, for example, if you usually visit some website, when you hover your pointer on any image, it become bigger, or it become hidden or something like that. So you can use by this JavaScripting. I have given you one example. For example, const image, I have used one variable with name of image, and I put this property on it. Okay, so how we have done it, we will learn in detail, but this is a sample code for you to get understanding. Okay, front end and front end JavaScript also handle animations. Okay, so for example, if you wanted to animate something, okay, uh, you want some ball to run from left side till the end side, you want uh, one plane. Okay, so for example, I have given you one plane image, okay, and you want this plane to run from one side to another side and come back from left to right side. How you do it? You can do it through by using of JavaScript, you know from validation and fetching data from the server. So you can validate some data from the server. When you visit a web page, a piece of JavaScript code asks a server to send the information that you should see. For example, say you log into your favorite photography website, okay, where you follow a few different photographer. JavaScript send you your login information to a server, and the server send back information about what image you should see in your feed. Okay, JavaScript organize this information and puts it into the HTML tag. You get my point? So for example, you have visited one web page, and where you can see lot of kitties, and at the same time you put some heart on that kitties. Okay, so this information is automatically saving on the backend server, and whenever you visit your web page again, it will give you through HTML tag. Okay, now let's say you like a picture. Okay, this is what I have explained you. You like a picture, JavaScript not only listen for when you click the like button, but it also send all the information about the image you like back to the server and updates the style of the button, so you can see that it has been clicked. For example, most of you are familiar of Facebook. Okay, in Facebook, if you go and like anything, so it keep telling you which page you likes, which picture you likes. How it tells you? It's tell you through the JavaScripting, because through the JavaScripting, all information has been stored on backend server, and whenever you will visit that page again, it will tell you that this page you have like, you dislike, you put some image, you put some heart shape or something like that. It will give you all the information at that time. Now come back to the native mobile application development. uh, it's not 1995 anymore. We are in age of 220. So unless you have been living under a rock, you are probably viewing your favorite photography website as an application on your phone. Okay, for example, if you wanted to, whatever, for the lecture which I'm delivering right now, you can easily access this lecture on your mobile phone as well, right? So you don't need your computer to listening and learning my lecture on your computer or laptop. You can easily access on your mobile devices, right? So Mobile application development is different from web application development. We will learn how it different, but we can easily transform our web pages to web application development as well. Okay, web application and website are basically small program that are run inside the browser. Okay, mobile application or program that run on phones operating system, like I said, iPhones, it's use iOS and Android. Like if you have Galaxy or some other phones, so you use Android. It's like the difference between installing Photoshop on your computer versus using an online photo editor. Okay, so this is some technical thing. This means that the language you use to write those programs might have to be different. Okay, so in another way, the operating system on an iPhone is not the same as the operating system on Android. Okay, like if you are using this Apple, so you probably have different. You definitely have different operating system. I'm using Windows. Someone using Linux. Okay, someone using Unix. So there are different kind of operating system available for desktop and laptop. Similarly, there is two different operating system available in mobile world, which is iOS is using for iPhone and Android is using for Galaxy or any other native mobile application, mobile system. But there is two different operating system available for mobile at this moment. You might even have to write a whole separate version of your application to work on Android. Okay, for example, the code which you are uh, using for iOS, it will be different code for your Android. Okay, using JavaScript libraries like React Native, we will learn React. We will touch little bit on for the React as well. Cordova and native script, we will not learn this thing in this course. However, you can write code in JavaScript that compiles to native mobile code. Okay, this means that the JavaScript library will translate your JavaScript code into the correct low level language programming for the device it is running on. I believe I have explained you what is our, in our first class, what is low level language, what is high level language. I will repeat again. High level language is something which we can easily understand, which is mostly written in English language. But low level language is something which computer can understand. It If we will see that language we cannot understand, it will be written in byte code, 0101, something like that. Okay, so you can write just one version of your application that will work everywhere, in the browser, on an iPhone, Android, Pixel, etc. Rayan, what I do, I will share you this video tutorial with you. So because there are so many slides I have to cover, and so I will share you the video link so you can recap with you. Okay, okay, Rayan. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, there are some downside to writing application this way, but you again allowed in areas like the speed of development and flexibility. So, now, uh, what does it mean? For example, the code which you are writing on at one time, it will be available on different platform. Like as I said, you need to write different code for iPhone and Android. Now there will be some library available which will help you to compile your code with different type of operating system. So it will be no problem for you. You don't need to write the code again and again for different operating system. The code which you write once, it will be available for all application or all operating system. In fact, let's learn about backend application development. Uh, there is one tool available for backend application which called as Node.js. Node.js is a JavaScript runtime environment which will help you to make a backend development. For example, if you wanted to store any data, if you wanted to retrieve something, you wanted to archive something, so you can do it through Node.js. I will let you know how to install Node.js. Probably we need to have it from our next class onward, because the project which we have assigned you last week, we need to deploy this project on search. The search is a tool which help us to deploy our static website on on the real world, like www.ryan.com or something like that. We will help you how to deploy your project on real time world. Okay, so after completion of our this first lecture, Abdur Rahman will take up for your project for 10 to 15 minutes, and he will review with you. Hope you are already on for your project actually. Okay, this is a runtime environment. It's just code that runs other codes. Your web browser is a runtime environment. Okay, so this for example, the code which you are running on your browser, it's also is a runtime environment. It is a piece of software that runs the code that display website and web pages. Okay, Node.js is kind of the same thing, but it runs on servers. Okay, so but we will install this Node.js on our computer, and which will play as a role of server as well. It uses something like something called the V8 JavaScript runtime engine to translate JavaScript code into faster low level machine language, and runs it directly on that machine. Okay, so you don't need to have a special kind of server. By the help of Node.js, you can easily run your JavaScript runtime engine. The V8 engine is written in C++. So you don't need to learn about C++, but at the same time, V8 engine is written is as a C++, and it also allow you to write C++ code that can hook directly into your JavaScript. In another way, if you can learn C++, so it will you can easily plug that C++ coding into your JavaScripting as well. The cool thing about Node.js is that it's perfect for programming web servers because it is non-blocking. Okay, that means that Node can run many different requests from many different users at once. For example, if there are so many requests you can make made in the server, so Node.js will can easily manage so all the requests without having to wait for some requests to finish before starting new requests. For example, there are some process which may takes 2 minutes, but some process which may take second in second. So it will not make you wait for running the second process. If you run the second process which takes seconds time, it will run earlier than first process. So it will all the process will be handled by your Node.js, but at backend. So let's learn about history of JavaScripting. uh, JavaScript was introduced and developed in 1995 with name of live script. Okay, so before in 1995, no one knows about JavaScript. Everyone knows about live script. Okay, JavaScript basically is came from Netscape. Netscape was in earlier there was another kind of web browser which people used to use it and do some kind of this programming on by using Netscape, and it was called IE3JS script. Okay, so then in 1997 it was ECMA script was introduced. You know, we used to say EC2 or EC something like that, and then in 1999 ECMA script 3 was introduced. We used to say ES3. In 2009 there was introduction of ES5. Now we are running ES6 and ES7. So ES is abbreviation of ECMA script. This is the whenever we are talking about ES6, ES7, so we are talking about the latest version of JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript on your web page. Okay, um, how you plug in JavaScript on your web page. To use JavaScript on your web page, you need to include a script tag. So we learn about tags, when we are writing HTML. So we have to write tags in between. We have to write HTML, but in a similar way, if we are start writing JavaScript, we have to write script in between the tags, like that. Specifically, the opening tags you use is as follow, like script type is equal to text backslash JavaScript, and text is close. And the closing tag is this, like tag open backslash script tag close. Okay, so this is how we write our HTML coding between the tags, right? The magic happen between the opening and closing tags. For example, whatever the programming you the whatever operation you wanted to perform, it will happen between these tags, the script tag, which is where you place the JavaScript code, like that. The script tags also frequently includes src attributes that is specified that the page should include an external JavaScript file. For example, if you have write another JavaScript file, so you can uh, use through the reference of src is equal to my JavaScript, like that. Okay, so we will learn. Don't worry about this. We will learn each and every code in our classes. Now we have to write our first JavaScript code. How we write it? You remember this code? Whenever we write any JavaScripting, so we have to plug it on our HTML. So again, we have to start writing our JavaScripting through doctype HTML. We will write HTML, like that, HTML tag. We will write head. Between head, we will write this meta information. We will write title. Okay. Under the title, we are writing, you know what we are writing? JavaScript 101. We have not started our JavaScript yet, but we let our HTML say that we are going to start our JavaScripting. Okay. We are closing our head. Now we are start writing our body. In body, we are writing div. There is ID, content ID, and between this we are saying your first JavaScript page, and we are closing div. Close our body, close our HTML. So this is how we write our first code. Okay, so So same thing you can apply on your browser, this the code as well. Okay, there is a query. Yes, if someone don't understand about div, we will learn div in detail in our upcoming classes for JavaScript. But it is similar to the thing which we are doing H1, P, paragraph tag or something like that. Okay. Now add some JavaScript to the page, placing it just before the closing of body. Like like after the div, we will write script alert hello world, and it's script close. Same thing. Let us review this one. Let us do some practice how we write this JavaScript. Okay, hold on. Excuse me. New share. Mm, okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see my new screen, Abdurrahman?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
Visual Studio. Okay, the same thing which we have learned, we have to write this doc type, HTML, and head, metadata, title. Okay, okay, and after that, okay, after this div, what I did, I just write script under script type text slash JavaScript, and I create one alert. Okay, this is the alert type which prompt me as soon as I enter into my page. Okay, let's see how it's look like. I save this record. I say okay, copy path. Okay, and I paste it. Can you see my screen,
No,
Abdul? No.
not
Okay,
really.
okay. Hold on, hold on. Let me share my screen now. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the code which I have write, I let me execute it here. I make it bigger. Okay. You see, it says hello world. Okay. So congratulations, you are able to write your first JavaScript code by help of HTML and this thing. Okay, let me review this one. What you
What
did,
does a tag does? What does a tag do? The script.
script,
Yeah. What does a tag do?
which one?
Type after the script. What is
Type.
this?
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
What is this?
This type is, you have, this is mandatory. You are saying that you are writing the JavaScript, So if you remove it, it will not, nothing happen, but it's better to write this one as a standard. Okay. So for example, I introduce alert, this alert here. Okay. If I'm going to write another alert. Okay. I will write, I'm going to remove this one type. Okay, I said another hello world. This is JavaScript course. Okay, I write, I refresh. Hello, this is JS course. Okay, so I have write two different code which is appearing over here. Okay,
And what does this div ID say? What is the meaning of this? What if we remove it? The div ID after the body.
this one is,
Yeah. This everything.
this is
This
our
whole code.
appearing here now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is appearing here, your first JavaScript page. Okay, so this is something, you need to put it over here. Okay, there is another thing which is console dot log. Okay, here also you can write, this is our first JS code. Okay, there is one alert, two alert, third alert, and this console I can see over here. You see,
Hmm.
under the console, it's appearing here. This is our first Java code. So we will learn about the console as well. So, but in order to understand for you, so what you need to do, you need to right click over here, click inspect. Under inspect, you will have tool. There are so many things are appearing. You see all all of your code is appearing over here. So under the console, you can see over here. Okay, so you can write as many messages as you want. Okay, control C for example, on console.log. This is our first code, and if I wanted to write 2 plus 5 for example, let's see what is happening here. Hello world, this one. You see, it's coming 7 here. So I can easily make my calculation through using this JavaScript. Before that, we cannot do. You remember? But we will learn how we calculate, how we perform calculation, how we, do through by using of different variable or something like that. So we will learn step by step. Okay, so please let me know if there is any question up till now, and then after that I will make host to Abdul Rahman. So he will follow up with you on your projects. So hope you are doing your project very well. So if there is any question, please ask me now. Okay, I believe there is no any question. So I'm going to make host to Abdul Rahman. So he will take up from here. Make host.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. So I guess I gave Saif and Rehan like some projects. So Saif, did you do your project and did Rehan did your project? Like, can you show me? Like, what is your, at least if you didn't at least complete, just show me like what you did. So let me just share my screen. Share my screen. And yeah, so we had done this project if you remember. We had done this. I showed you how to insert images in this and all that stuff. So did anyone do it? Um, okay. Rayan, what about you? Did you do the project, Rayan? Yeah, you can unmute if you want to. Yeah, you did your project, Rayan?
I haven't finished it yet because
Oh, so you
the
want to show
pictures
it,
aren't
or
worked.
do you want to show it, or like you want to keep it a secret? Like, you want to show it like after some time.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you should keep it a secret because we want to see the finishing results. So yeah, it's fine. So for those who have joined us, like today, like two people have new people, we had given them this project. Like we have given all of you this project. So all you have to do is like make changes in this project, like all this stuff. You have to like make changes in it, like you have to all tell about yourself and then add pictures about yourself, and then you have to we just have given you a website, and then you have to just like make it like yourself, add your changes into it, like so yeah, we are hoping that we're also going to give you this one. We already, I think, send it to you. So Zubia P and Omar Bhai, if you want to, it should like you should also be start doing it on it. All you have to do is like just do some changes on it. For example, this is like the code here. So you just have to understand the code and you have to do it. Like for example, I had this image over here, like this image or something like this image. I'll take some new image. For example, this image. I didn't have this image, so I need to find this image in the code. So I'll do something like, I'll come here. I'll just say Control F. Fine. I'm gonna say where does the coffee say. So I get the where they had kept the image. So I found where they kept the images. So then I can change over here. For example, there are images over here. So for example, I have like many images here. So I can just come here and I can be like, what image do I have to put? Okay. So I have like many images. So I'm just gonna put this first image like called image. So it automatically comes and then I save it. And if I if I just reload, you see, hopefully it comes. You see now? So that's like the brief thing you have to do. So that's what I want to see from you. You guys just like make it yourself. So yeah, that's all I want to see from you guys. I'm just gonna give you time, like no hurries, Don't want to see what you have, So the thing is already made for you. You see, all I want you to do is like make your own changes. Like for example, yeah, I just want you to like maybe, for example, I want you to change this, right? Maybe I want to rate something else.
let them know कि जो Node.js install करनी है लोगों ने, ठीक है? Everyone should install
And
Node.js.
yeah, for example, and everyone has to install Node.js.
बता दो किस तरह से जाएगा.
Okay, to install Node.js is really easy. It's like you have to go here, Node.js, Node.js, download, and then we have to go Node.js over here, and then we can download this. So just come here. It's like the official website of Node.js. So if you're like using Windows, something like that, you can download from here. Uh, Downloads, yeah, over here you can download over here. If you're using Mac, you can download from here. And if you're going like for a Windows, like mostly people have that, so just come here and it's just click over here and it's automatically gonna install it. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop this now because I already have it. So yeah, so hopefully I want you guys to download this. So next class, we're gonna be starting doing some stuff. So maybe we're gonna teach you how to like deploy your website, to the world. For example, like www dot, right? For example, there's something free, like because whenever you want to have a domain, you have to buy it, but there's something else which is free. For example, for me, I have many projects over here. For example, there's some projects. So for example, this is my one of my projects. This is the domain name I got. So you see, this is the project I made like by myself, like some help. I had some project. So you see, this is the project I made. So you see, this is the project I made over here. It was like on some shoe store, and you see like you can just add like shoes to the cart, example like this and like that. Then you can come here in the cart, and this is the projects I had. So can do this and that. So for that, I use like how to import the project. So I use this link over here. So it's absolutely free. And when you're done with this project over here, let me show you. When you're done with the portfolio project that I taught you, then we're gonna teach you how to like deploy it, because then you can like make your own portfolio, and then when you make your own portfolio, then you can show it to anyone. So yeah, so that's like our hope right now. And then later on we have more projects coming up. Like my dad said, we may teach you some games or something. Maybe we don't know, we may teach you some games or something. So that's the thing. So hope you guys like now got a little bit clear understanding of what we are doing. And I hope Zubia P and Umar Bhai also like joins us in this projects. It's really easy actually. If you ask me, I could like do this like really easily. All you have to do is like edit it and have your own taste on it. So yeah, it's really easy. You just have to find the images. Like for example, I want to find this image I already told you, or maybe I want to change this. So I can come here, and this is the code over here. So we have to like find it. So how do we find it? So use do Control F, okay, and then I can say Control V because I want to find this thing. So this thing is not coming here. So we just Okay, I guess I'm coming today. But the thing is, you just have to find it. Like, some problem, something. Yeah. For example, you want to find something, so then you can find it over here. So there's many things like where I work. Leave me a note. So over here you can see this is the one I wanted to find. So you see this one, and it's over here. So maybe I want to change it. I want to change it somewhere else. I want to change it to something else. It can be anything you want. Maybe rain, and then uh, you can do this, and then you know you refresh, and then you see it comes like this. So that's what I want you guys here to see, and I'm hoping that you guys show me results really soon. I'm really excited. And another thing you have to do is like download this this node.js. So then when we download it, then we can teach you how you can like make your own domains like for free. Example, if I write like this, and you can like from your mobile you can see my app like this. So if you write like I'm gonna write it in the chat box. So if you want to visit my site right now, I mean over here, it's gonna put it in over here. So if anyone wants to come here, they can just click here and you can come to my like sites. I have made many more. There are also domains like for example, COVID-19 trackers. So if you want to see COVID-19 tracker also, even I made that. So you can see over here I made this one over here, which has a like full life status. I can come here, and see which one is having more. So for Pakistan over here, I can come here and see over here, and you see like for Bahrain, maybe it's like this over here. I can come here. I made this all by myself. Like you see, maybe I can check over here, and maybe uh, and there's one more thing. I did something cool. You see this effect? This is like JavaScript effect. It's really cool. And then you can see, you can come over here and you can see global effect, and then you can see deaths, death rates. It's over here. You can come here, affected. And even if you want to come here, you can check here for America, maybe. You can go for America. America or something like that, Afghanistan or something. You know, it's your Bahrain. Then you can see what's the death rate. If you want to see Pakistan, you can come here, Pakistan. Yeah, so this is like one of my websites. You can come here again. And can you see that how we're gonna teach you, and how you can uh, you can see my websites like this. I have many more like this. So like this you can also make for free. Like it's not a domain. If you see, it's not a domain. It doesn't look like a domain, but it's absolutely free, and you can shoot this to the world. So everyone from the world can see you. So there's many other tracks. There's so many things I've done. Maybe expense tracker. There's so many things. So this is one of the examples I showed you. Maybe this is like maybe like something like this, apps like that. you know this is, you can see, this is all JavaScript stuff. You can see my salary maybe here, I don't know, like 20,000 BD or something, 20,000, yeah. Then I can say rent, something like rent, house rent or something. I mean groceries, uh, then I can be like, then I have to do it minus, because can come here minus. So I'm gonna say something like 40,000, 40 BD, 140 BD on that groceries. And other stuff like house rent, and that maybe that's like about 1,000. Guess 1,000 can make it like that. um okay, I'm gonna do just to fix this. Okay, 1,000 for the house rent. And you can see like how much income and expense I have. So how much income and how much expenses I have. So yeah, that's a really beneficial website. I'll just show you some examples on how you can get all this stuff inside, and how you can show this to the world. So yeah, if you want to see it, I'm gonna paste this also link over here, so you guys can see the websites, I guess. So yeah, it's really beneficial. So hopefully in the next class, if you guys done with this project, we're gonna tell you how you can send this to the world or something. Maybe you can add your picture here. And yeah, it's really good websites. Yeah. So that's about it, I guess. Is there something else you want me to tell? There's something else you wanted me to tell? Okay. So I think that's yeah.
Or you can close.
This is me signing off then. See you in the next class.